Okay, so it's Labor Day weekend, and my wife is working this weekend, so I'm a one-man show, so I had to do something that I could do by myself. So I'm getting all the trusses put together. I have all the pieces cut, and now what I'm going to do is make a jig on top of this loft. And so once I get one constructed, I can pick it up, move it, and then just drop the 4 new pieces in, and they'll all be the same. Every truss will be the same. So, like I say, I already cut every leg of the truss. I got my bottom and all the angles cut on the miter. And what I'm going to do now is make this jig. So I've placed a board in the corner on the bottom and the top. Bottom, or top, bottom. I got 2 on the top there. So they're sandwiched in everywhere. And what I'll do is I'll screw these down right now into the loft, and then obviously they won't move, so I can just drop these new pieces in. As I build this one, I'll cut plywood and for gussets and screw those in on the corners where they meet up, and then I can flip this whole truss over and then screw in another gusset on the other side so it's sandwiched together. And then I can move this truss out of the way and then drop the new pieces in and continue doing that. And I have 6 trusses to make. So that's my plan, so we'll get started. So I'm just putting two screws in each one. That's all it's going to take. They're 2-inch screws, so they'll go into this plywood a 1/2 inch, just so this stuff doesn't move. That's all I want to do. So those are all screwed in. Now I have to figure out how big I want to make all my gussets. I want to make them all the same, at least the 2 corner pieces. The top one can be different, but I only have 2 sheets of plywood, 1/2 inch, 4x8 sheets. So I'm going to try to get all of these done with those. So I'm going to have 6 trusses, and I need 3 gussets on each side, so that's 6 gussets for each truss, so that's 36 gussets. So I'm thinking if I make each gusset 1 foot wide by 2 feet long, I think that will be strong enough, and I'll still have to cut a little bit of it out. So if I do that, I got 2 4x8 sheets of plywood, and if the gussets are 1 foot by 2 foot, that means I can get 16 out of each sheet of plywood. That's 32. I need 36, so I'm going to be a few short. So maybe I got some wood over here. Maybe I'll find some plywood in there. I'm sure I can come up with something. Maybe even the scrap will work on some of them. I don't know. But anyway, that's what I think I'm going to go with, and we'll figure it out after that. Alright, so I got this all marked up, pencil lines and everything, so we'll start the generator and get this cut up. get my shower ready for tonight. Alright, I have all those gussets done. Now somehow by myself I gotta pick this up and flip it over so I can do the other side. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to flip it over and do the other side. It's over 24 feet wide. So it's kind of a two-man job without breaking it. It's not super strong with just one side gusseted. I gotta get both sides, and then maybe you could flip it over by yourself. But what I did was I just slid it off my jig and pushed it in the back. And I'll make the next one and then just do one side of every single one today, and then have to wait for my wife the next time. And then I'll just keep pushing them back there. And then next time, with both of us, we can flip them all the way over, and then I can do the other side on each one. Alright, so there you go. That's the next one, and it's in the jig, and it should be exactly the same as the other one. So now we'll gusset this one. Alright, I'm done. Turns out I'm an idiot. You probably don't know that. I already do. I only needed 5 trusses. So I was figuring on doing 6. But I was wrong. I was going to place them every 6 feet, and this is 24 feet long. Or, yeah, long. So, anyway, I only needed 5 trusses, and I got those 5 done. So we're good to go when my wife comes back up, hopefully next week, and we will flip these over and gusset the other side. So I want to show you guys our little pond cabin that we built. Kind of did a little video one time about this, but what this was going to be was a gazebo on top of that, screened in porch with a roof and everything, but it became too heavy, so I brought it on land and made it bigger because I already had the walls built, and it turned into a little cabin. We're still working on it, but we almost have the roof done. I ran out of wood. We're going to put another triangle window in there and one over there also. We whitewashed the walls, and we'll do the same thing on the ceiling. Actually, the ceiling will probably be white. And then we stained the floor like a grayish blue. Actually doesn't show up on camera very well. It's a little more blue than what it looks like. But anyway, yeah, nice place to sit. We're going to put a wood stove in this corner here. Right now we got that there for the dogs to sit and look out the window, but it's a good hangout spot. Get away from the bugs. Although the flies are getting in here right now, I still have to cover up the eaves, so I'll do that probably next spring.